Rapid and expansive development in any city, be it Somerville's Assembly Row or Medford's Station Landing, has the potential to place extraordinary need for additional police, fire, educational, and DPW services for the general public. Can you give us some of your thoughts on how you would assist the municipalities in your district during those years of rapid expansion with meeting the needs placed on those entities? Anybody want to start? I'll leave it wide open. Nick?
I think it's important to ensure that our fire, police, teachers, and so forth, DPW, that they're well, they have the tools that they need to be able to do their jobs. When we increase the infrastructure and we develop in our communities and increase the population, we're stretching the lines thin. Right now, Somerville, the fire department there is so stretched thin right now. They're going from Foss Park to Assembly Row. They can't take care of their own areas. We need to ensure that they have access to maybe possibly a new house, or even with the police station, maybe a sub-house over there. And the same goes for Medford. Medford's infrastructure over there, the police station is falling apart. The lines over there, the amount of officers that they have is stretched thin as well. So as state representative, I'll do everything in my power to ensure that we have appropriate funding to support an increase in the force and appropriate measures to ensure that they have the tools that they need.
Thank you, Nick. Candidates? Development question.
Yeah.
You've all been asked the development question by
there's a lot of really exciting economic development, as we know, happening in Medford and Somerville. And I think it works best when the community's involved, when the unions are involved, and when there's a good conversation about how it will affect the community. So how does it affect the first responders and the folks that are going to have to immediately serve the need of these communities? I think there have been good discussions in our communities. I think there's more that we can do. And as state rep, I welcome more conversation, and I would push the cities and the city leadership to be having those conversations about how do we support union members, how do we support first responders, and the people who are serving the members of our community when we're bringing in potential new residents.
Erin? Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity. There is tremendous amount of growth going on, especially in Somerville, and more to come. And I think the best way to handle this question is to give our unions a voice at the table. Call them in, tell them what the needs are. Anticipation of a problem and looking forward rather than looking back after we've created the problem is not going to help, because it's going to take time. It should be part of the budgetary process. We should know ahead of time we're developing these areas. What does it mean to our schools? What does it mean to our firefighters and our police, our 911 operators, and everyone else at the table? They should have a voice in the planning process. They should be listened to. The people that do the work and service this community have value, have experience, and have knowledge. We need to look to them to move forward with the future. And they should be at the table at every part of the juncture, from the planning process to the implementation. And if tweaks need to be made even after a development is done, we need to make sure as a community we back them. If they're telling us we don't have enough police and firefighters to reach part of our community, that's an emergency situation. We need to rectify it that minute. That's when our legislators, our municipal aid, all of that needs to come together, and that to me is a response that implies immediacy. So,
thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
Craig?
As your next state representative, I'll fight hard to bring local aid back to the municipalities and make sure that that money can be available to meet the needs of development. In addition, I'll work hard to partner with municipal leaders, union organizers, and community members to get federal grant money that's available for us to buy new equipment and work on new buildings so that we can have the development and the infrastructure necessary to meet the demands of our growing municipalities. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Candidates, I'm going to leave this one up to you. If you'd like to rebut or debate with each other, feel free. If not, I have one more question. They all like each other too much. They don't want a debate.